Hi, Rashida. Was just trying to wait for everyone to trickle in. Hi, everyone. Hi, Melina. Excuse me, guys. I am not feeling the best today. Um, kind of under the weather. And we also are in the middle of snow again. So, but I did want to come on. Hi, Platinum Beauty. I just wanted to come on and just do some product not announcements, but just like updates with the line. Because I had posted the video on our builder polish, and since then the base gel has sold out. We are waiting on a full restock. I don't have an exact date, but I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks at latest. This weather is like really becoming a problem, which I kind of anticipated, especially with me being in New Jersey and we do get snow. So, um, I am just waiting for a full restock of that. We are running low on jewels as well. I was just doing some inventory. So that's another color that we will be doing restock on. We also have some new colors coming in. And so as soon as all of that stuff is in, I will be sure to do an update. I just wanted to let you guys know that before I posted any other videos, that since the last one, our base gel kind of just like disappeared, which is great. But I know that within the next couple of weeks, I have a lot of videos that I need to get rolled out. Hey, Beauty Paint Box. That I need to get rolled out, especially because you guys may have noticed that the my tutorials have slowed down, but that was because of the launch of the line. And the thing that I focus on daily is just getting all of the orders out, because I like to have time, like fast shipping. I do not want to hold on to anyone's orders as soon as they come in. So that does kind of play into my time as far as tutorials, but a lot that are filmed that need to be edited and uploaded, you'll start seeing those roll out within the next couple of weeks. Hi, Tanisha. Thank you so much. You guys will see all of those videos rolling out. So if you do go on a website and something sells out, it's one of those things. Unfortunately, I am still a indie company. So things may sell out, and I like today something else could sell out, and we may have a whole lot of them, but it's just a matter of whenever the orders come trickling in. So I do try to have a full stock of products at all times, but you guys know I'm also not making the products, and that's when a little bit of the control on my end starts to become worrisome, because I can't move things as fast as maybe I want to, because I am not making my products anymore. So that's the only thing with running this company, is it's an indie company, and things are going to take time. Things are going to happen that are out of my under or out of my control. And all I can do is just wait along with you guys. So I did want to go ahead and do an update, but if you guys are on the website, and if you are subscribed to the website, or definitely our Instagram, because that's probably the fastest way to get any updates. If you've been a customer, most of you are already subscribed, or either to the website in email form or on the Instagram. That's probably the fastest way you'll find out when something is either sold out or restocked. So I just wanted to jump on here and let you guys know that the base gel is, at the time of me doing this live video, the base gel is actually sold out. Hi, Evelyn. My throat is like really bothering me. Hi, Shay. Thank you. Thank you, Beauty Paint Box. So I did want to go ahead and do that update because I've been getting some comments and questions. Like I said, within the next 2 weeks, the latest, hopefully. Obviously, it could come in sooner, but I'm not really sure. So I did want to just come on and do a really quick update and let you guys know about that. And I am actually in the middle of filming. So hopefully the videos, the next tutorial will either be up tomorrow or the day after, depending on how fast I can get it edited. That, I feel like, takes the longest time. Filming does take me a while. Um, Thank you, Tanisha. Yeah, I needed to start trying to add the nails on there. Um, I'm hoping to have different sizes on there, but I did want to start with the clear nails because the clear nails we can do so many different things with, and you guys will see that in the tutorial. Also, to make it easier for myself. Whoa, all the way from Paris. Hello. Another thing you guys will be seeing me do a lot of in the tutorials is use those realistic practice hands that I showed you guys that I have. It just makes life so much easier for me because trying to do my own nails on camera and work around my lights and everything else, it takes such a long time. Jamaica, hey. Hello, Queen Netta. You guys are, that is so, it's still crazy to me how I can be sitting in one place and people are like from everywhere. It's cool, but it still like catches me every single time. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to come on here and do a quick update while I was here filling orders and filming. I don't think it's anything else. Yes, you can. You can either. Thank you so much, Macharso. I'm sorry, these are rolling in fast. With the builder polish, you can do extensions. You will basically just follow the same. Tanisha, the builder polish, I actually literally just did a tutorial on it. So if you go back just one video, then you'll see a tutorial on it. But to answer the other question before I get sidetracked, yes, you can make extensions with them. When I wear it, I either do short to medium length, I would say. It is still a soft gel. So really long nails, I wouldn't recommend it for. Obviously, that's not to say you can't do it, but you can. But I do find that you get the best wear from short to medium length nails. You can either sculpt, you can do a tip, or you can do a natural overlay on them. And I will be having other videos using the clear builder polish. Just showing different things that I do with that as well. And remember, most of my videos are geared towards the nail enthusiast or the at-home person who wants to do their nails at home. So I do try to keep the tutorials as easy as I possibly can and try to explain things so you guys can thoroughly understand it. I'm sure I probably could maybe do a better job at that, but I do try to make it so that you all can understand it. But the builder polish is a thicker consistency of, it's a soak off builder polish, but because it's inside of a bottle, you get the convenience of the actual product and not having to look for a brush. So essentially it's a builder gel in a bottle. instead of like a jar where you use a separate brush. But it is a soak off formula, and it is a soft gel. It's not a hard gel where you would have to file it off, and you do need to apply our base gel with it. Thank you so much, Queen Netta. You're welcome, Elena. Thank you for the questions. um, so essentially that's what it is for. I do use it as a base for the full cover nails because you guys know I normally use a hard gel, which will allow the full cover nail to not flex and bend as much, which essentially will give you a longer wear. And I do love using that. You guys will see that in a couple tutorials. Another another question that I have been asked with the builder polish is if you can use it with dip powder or the dip powder thank you, Tanisha. Method. And you can, if you have dip powders, you guys know that I have tested it on myself. I've tested it wearing it with a tip, as well as you're welcome, Evelyn. Thank you. I appreciate the support. I truly do. It was one of those things when I decided to do this, it was kind of like I've been doing this and I show other companies products, so it was kind of time for me to just start having my own that worked and did what I needed them to do, and essentially just kind of went with the aesthetic of my channel. So most of our products will be gel based. I know I've gotten that asked a lot, and you guys know since I've been on YouTube, I've pretty much only used gel-based products. I do use acrylic, but once I got to school, I kind of just stopped messing with it. I do get migraines, so the monomer really bothers me. Or I have to limit the time that I'm around it. Even when I go to the salon, for whatever reason, it still bothers me. So I don't really mess with acrylic and monomer that much unless I'm doing like 3D nail art or something just like really fast. So everything is, for the time being, going to be based around gel because that's just personally what I like and what I love. And starting out, I wanted to, hi Tamara, how are you? Oh, okay. I am so glad you jumped in because if you guys do not follow Time for Tea with Tamara, she did just start a blog this year, and I am so glad to know that you're doing well. And if you guys do not follow her YouTube channel, please do. Again, it's Time for the number 4 Tey with Tamara. She did start a blog. I am subscribed to her blog, and I do think that you guys would enjoy it. So I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that follows me or that I follow that started something new this year as well. You guys support me, so you know I'm always about supporting you and promoting you all as well. But yes, so you're welcome. Thank you. And the name of her blog is A Minute with Mom. So essentially the idea is, it makes me feel like if I were to be away. Hi, Denise. Oh, thank you. If you're away and you kind of could just use that comfort and support. Yes, and Beauty Paint Box does have a YouTube channel as well, so kindly follow her. If you guys are away and you could use a comfort or feel for mom at home as far as advice, she even gives different makeup tips and decorations and decoration type tips as well as recipes. It is like so cool. And when I read it, I just felt like I kind of felt like I had a conversation with my mom. So I think she named it spot on, and I love it. So hopefully you guys will as well. If you're into that, I think it's one of those type of things where you can just take a couple minutes to yourself, have your cup of tea or a cup of coffee, read through the blog, and it's really a great way to get your day started. And Beauty Paint Box does have a YouTube channel as well, which I'm sure I'm subscribed to. I hope I'm subscribed to it. If not, let me know. YouTube, oh, and that's another thing I wanted to let you guys know. YouTube has been unsubscribing everyone. So you know how you get the little bell in the update to subscribe to um like a channel, the notifications. Now if you unsubscribe from the notifications, you also get unsubscribed from the channel. And I noticed a lot of people who I was subscribed to, I'm just thinking they're not uploading, and then when I go to their channel, I'm not subscribed. So I've been having to resubscribe to people or go find channels that I'll just think, oh, I haven't seen or heard from whomever in a while, and I'll look. So YouTube is back to that, and I know a lot of people have had that issue over the years. I know it's happened to me multiple times where people will state that they're not getting notifications of my videos, or they'll state that they just thought I wasn't uploading anymore, and it's just that they're not subscribed, and it's kind of like happening. They're saying they're getting rid of dead accounts, but I know my account is active. So I don't really understand why they're doing that. So just to give you guys a heads up, if you are missing notifications, or if you are subscribed to a channel but you're not subscribed to the notifications, it could be something going on with that. I don't know. You guys know they're always rolling out changes, and some kind of way it never seems to work out for the content creators. It always tends to work against us. I don't know why, but they're always saying they're fixing things, and it's kind of like, if it's not broken, just leave it alone. But they're always trying to fix something, and it never seems to work out. So I think that was it. My throat is like burning right now, but it could have been because I was running back and forth in and out of the car without a coat on, or having my throat wrapped the way I should have. So now I feel like I am like trying to pace myself as far as my throat goes and saying things. You're welcome, Evelyn. I had noticed it was happening to me, so I felt like I needed to kind of give you guys that update and let you know, just in case. Because I know there is a lot of people that I'm like, haven't seen a video from them, and then I'll go and they've like been uploading consistently, and I've just not been in the loop. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all I really needed to let you guys know. I did need to really just touch on that because I know I've been getting a lot of questions about the base gel, and I also know once all these other videos start posting and getting uploaded, I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about the base gel or anything else that happens to sell out. It's just one of those things. Just try to bear with me, guys. Have a little patience with me. I am trying to get things done as fast as I can, but everything selling out, I mean, it's great, it's awesome, but it sucks when you're on the other end of it and you're one of the ones that want the product and have to wait for it. So I did want to do that. But again, if you're not following the Instagram account, or at least subscribe to the website to get updates on things, I would say the fastest way would be definitely, hey May, would definitely be the Instagram, because it's faster for me to kind of just upload if something were to happen and I needed to kind of get you guys filled in. But I really cannot thank you guys so much for all of the support for the line. It is definitely one of those things that's keeping me really busy, but I'm really excited, and I just feel like, I guess you could say, a sense of accomplishment, because it's one of those things that I've been wanting to do for a while. Obviously, it's nowhere near where I want it to be. That's just one of those things that's going to have to build up. But I am working on a bunch of different projects for it, and you guys know I'll roll that out and I'll let you know as soon as things are more towards finished on a couple things. This year, my husband and I have some... You are so right, Shay. And my husband and I really are both like trying to figure out how we can make some time to do that. But you are absolutely right. This weather, I think, is just like really irritating me. But I do need to I've been it's really hard to try to figure out how to take that time to just do simple things for yourself, because I'm trying to tell y'all, the little bit of time that I have between the kids getting dropped off from school, getting picked up, and then, homework and everything else, I tell you, like, we really it amazes me how we squeeze so much in that little bit of time frame, because there's 24 hours in a day, but you're not up 24 hours in a day, you're not moving around 24 hours in a day. So yeah, but I do like to try to be transparent with those things with you guys, to let you know, hello, Nyla. Transparent, and let you guys know, instead of just like falling off the face of the earth and then come back like, oh hey, I was busy. So I really appreciate you guys. Oh, thank you, May. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you guys always either checking in if I take too long. Thank you, Nyla, right? And y'all really just don't understand how much the support really means, especially when I'm doing things, or if I may be doubting some things, like, do I really want to do it? Because when I started this line, you guys just don't understand the process that it took to get it done, to just do everything. And once I finally was able to, they wouldn't be able to. That's actually a good a good option. Ours wouldn't be, I definitely won't, ours wouldn't be able to do an aftercare program, because then we literally would like not see them. It doesn't work out with our schedule. The way we have things, kind of, it's like we've gone through many different options, and plus our kids would not be having it. Once they're in school and they come out of school, it's time for us to do everything that we need to do with them. And plus their bedtime is 9:30, so aftercare would get pushed to like 4:30. So for us, 4 o'clock, once 4 o'clock comes like rolling around, school is finally done. It's time to work on homework and baths and hair for the girls. And all of that. So aftercare wouldn't be an option, even though when Wesley was in karate, Lord, y'all don't even want to know. It's just for us, we're used to it, and we just gotta we just gotta deal with it. And with us, everything is between either myself or my husband, and that's just the way that we prefer it. um you ever you ever had someone say, oh, if you want a break, we can come get the kids, but you're just too tired to prep the kids to go away so you can have that time? Yeah, that's like our life. And to be perfectly honest, my husband and I, everything we do, even though we're really busy, we legit try to plan everything around our kids. That was one of the reasons why I ended up, I guess you could say, being a stay-at-home mom initially, even though I'm not home, but I'm still home. Was because when you have a business, it's really hard to say, like, the kids are going to be in this place or the kids are going to be in that place, because running a business can literally turn into a full-time thing. And for us, it's just not an option to always have the kids with someone else. It's just not, like, especially on the weekends, I have to balance myself, because the kids are home and I don't always want to, if they're talking to me, give me a second, guys, I gotta answer some emails, or I'm doing this or I'm doing that. I literally try to block out time for everything. And it's just, it is hard and it can be difficult, but you have to just give yourself a realistic time frame on how you can do things. And yep, we have 3 as well, so we're in the same boat. And just do what you can and not beat yourself up. But it really bothered me, especially with the type of businesses that we had, and both dealing with clients. That's why when a lot of people ask me, oh, will you be taking on clients, I say no. I could not do clients, because if I did, our kids would never see myself or my husband. My husband's already super busy with his clients and trying to maintain everything with the shop. So if I were to now, hi Dell, if I were to now take on clients, it wouldn't be fair to my kids. That to me is the most important thing right now. What I do if I'm doing something with orders or if I need to do emails, um, I just have to do it around my kids, and not never do I want it to come across as me complaining. It's me just being realistic in what our schedule is and how things work for us as a family unit. And our schedule isn't going to work with other people's schedule. Let me tell you, we get it all the time about how we're either late showing up or doing this and that. But one thing that I do not allow is other people to dictate what is best for myself, my husband, the kids, in our business, because essentially day to day it's literally just the two of us and the kids. We don't really depend on anyone else. Everyone else has their own lives to live. And so we try to do what we can between the two of us. And it is a lot, but to be honest, I like that we do it ourselves because it teaches our kids that. And I don't want my son growing up thinking, like his wife is supposed to do everything and he doesn't have to be around. Is not his job. It's not going to be his wife's job to raise the kids by herself. It is his job to, when he get out of work, help and do what he needs to do, and for them to focus on and do their family unit the best way that works for them. Not what I say, not what dad says, what he and his spouse. And the same thing for my daughters. I want them to know that if they decide that they're going to be home with their children, their spouse is still to help, because they do have lives that they need to live as well, unless they decide that they maybe don't want to, but that's their choice to make. And I don't want anyone taking that away from them. So we do try to be a living example of what we would like our kids to follow, or let them understand that, hey, other people might feel like you should do things this way, but you do what you feel is best for you. So it is a lot, but before it used to get frustrating with people always, oh, y'all need to and y'all should, but you just have to know that it's a lot easier for people to talk until they kind of get in your shoes. Then they start to understand, or they may never understand. A lot of people now are like, that's why I never want to own a business, because I like to be able to clock out of work and be done. When you own a business, you're never clocked out. On Christmas, we were dealing with a lot. Exactly. It's true, May. They do. Yes, Nyla. Facts. It's just, we've gone through so many different routines, and it's to the point now, even just, you know, if we're going to go somewhere, we have to schedule it in. We have to do that because we could be out and something can happen at the shop and we get a phone call. Doesn't matter where we are, we have to drop what we're doing and handle it and take care of it. Same thing if I have orders and stuff, I can set a scheduled time for, when I fill orders or when I do things like that. But our physical business is impossible to do that because anything can happen at any point in time. So you just have to keep a realistic mindset of that. And that's why I try to tell you guys, what's going on as best that I can without putting everything. Thank you, Tanisha. Let me tell you something. Do y'all see the memes that go around when when they're like, you get a email and it says your order shipped and you're sitting at the window? That is me. I am I am so impatient, and when I order anything online, and that was the biggest thing I had to battle back and forth with was, if I decide to do this, is it going to be an online thing or is it going to be a actual retail store? And when you're waiting online, the last thing you want is for someone to hold on to your package for as long as possible. And as things continue to grow and build, obviously I will have to start hiring more people to help me, because the one thing that I'm focused on the most is customer service and getting those orders out as fast as they possibly can. So in order to work with me, you gotta be able to be willing to work like I work. So thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that. I'm glad you guys noticed that. That makes me feel awesome. It makes me, that's kind of like my pat on the back. Because, I'm honestly, when I get all those orders, I'm packing them up and I'm doing everything and I'm double checking everything, but I'm just as excited for you guys to get them as you are to receive them. So, I don't want to hold on to that. I want to give it up. But yeah, so that was it. And I really do enjoy having these talks with you guys because I feel like there can be this separation of, when people watch YouTubers, they forget, there is still a whole life that goes on behind the camera. And I told you guys I definitely want to focus on doing more of these one-on-one chats, even if it takes away from me maybe getting some work or something done, because I feel like that's the only way you guys are going to know what's going on is if I take the time to show you guys or tell you guys with what is going on and be realistic in the expectations of what you guys can expect from me, or so on and so forth. But Shay, I definitely appreciate those suggestions. I wish I could take them. But it's fine. It's cool. It's literally like one of those things that honestly I get bored easily. My husband gets bored easily. And truth be told, we wouldn't be able to just sit around and not do anything. Between everything that we have going on in the kids, we have more than enough to do. So I love my life. I enjoy it. Um it gives me a sense of purpose and I really do enjoy it. I feel very happy that my kids are able to have a steady uh feeling of knowing parents are always around. Now I'm sure they're not probably going to like that when they get older and try to do stuff being slick. But I do feel blessed that I'm in a predicament where having children, I can be there for them, do what I need to do for them, give them that time and attention that they need, but also still fulfill my own desires and wishes, even though it's going to be a sacrifice. It's going to be one of those things where it's going to take time. You're going to be tired, but it'll be worth it in the long run. And truth be told, all the work that we're putting in now is really just to make things a lot easier, not just for us, but for the kids later on. So I would rather do it now and that just be it. Yay, thank you so. Oh, okay. So Shay basically was saying, she was saying that when she received her package, her gels were cold. So if you are in a climate where, and this will go for in the summertime too, because if they get really really warm, you'll notice that the consistency will change. You just need to let your gels sit when you get them in a package. Open them up, take them out of the protective bags and sit them out. Hi Colleen, and let them come to room temperature, because the past couple weeks it has been as my mom would say, frozen outside. So when you get your gels, they are going to be like really really cold. So just take them out, let them sit. Even though I know me, I'm impatient, I just want to swatch everything. I don't feel like waiting, but just let everything come to room temperature. That way they will perform the way that they're supposed to. You really don't need to shake our gels. You honestly don't. But if you feel the need to, really just the one time once you get them and let them sit, but you don't have to shake the gels. You really just need to let them. Thank you, Nyla. You really just need to let them sit so that they can just come to room temperature, and that's it. So Shay, that's why I tell you guys, thank you so much for the questions. This is going to be a journey and a process. We're all going through this together, and you guys are going to help me make the service that much better with your questions. So I really appreciate when you guys give me the feedback or ask a question. If it takes me a little bit of time to get to it, just know I still will get to you, because I'm trying to answer comments between the channel, emails that come on the website, as well as the Instagram. Hi, K Love. And Shay has been essential in asking questions, as well as a couple of you other ladies. So if you see it in the comment section, just scroll back up to see what it was that she was asking. So thank you so much, Shay, because that is another thing that I think, real, especially with this time of the year, is important. Hi, Kay, to touch on. And I am just really, the other day I was sitting there and I was just like, just looking around, and I'm like, I am really lucky to be able to do what I want to do. Things don't maybe move as fast as I wish they would, but that's just not the point. um, things Hey, Mrs. Nubian. Oh, you're at work? I figure most of you would, but at least you guys can get the playback later if you were to miss it. So thank you for tuning in. I was just sitting around and I'm like looking around and I'm just like, I am like really blessed and lucky. There's a lot of things I wish I could change and work on, but where everything is now, I am very content, and I just want to continue to just work on being a better version of myself. But also I purchased that from Texas. Hey, Queen Jim. Dell, I purchased that from Texas and also Amazon. It is, I'll show you exactly what it is. It's the Blossom Cuticle Oil. They have them right on Amazon, but oh, you know what? They do have them on Amazon, but I got them. I did a haul video when we visited Texas. I purchased them from there, and then my local wholesale place, which of course once I got home they were a lot more expensive. I think they were between $5 to $7 down here, but they had them in Texas. I think I paid like $3, and I have multiple bottles of them. And Queen Jim said they actually have them at Route 21. So if you have a Route 21, you can use her suggestion and check there, or you can just look on Amazon. But it's called Blossom. It's a cuticle oil, and they have different scents, and the flowers inside of the bottle represent the scent that's there, and the other ones. You're welcome. I love, and you know what, I probably should have linked that in the description box, because I know sometimes I'll forget to finish the description box because the videos will upload when I'm out the house, because I'll upload it and leave. But yeah, so I do need to link that. I'll double check so that I can get that finished, just in case someone else has that question and they want it as well. And that is it. If you guys don't have any more questions, then I am going to get ready to end this because the clock is ticking and I need to finish this work up here. I also need to finish filming for you guys so that I can hopefully not take 2 weeks to get this video. Thank you so much, Jim. I really appreciate that. And how are you feeling? I know you weren't feeling too well. I hope you're feeling a lot better. And Miriam said, give me one second. Colleen, don't worry about it. You can always just rewatch it later. Let me see with this. Hi, love. I am about to finish cosmetology school. I'm interested in doing nails also professionally, as well as hair and makeup. I need to get a license as well as a nail tech. Okay, so this is the thing. If you are going to school, well, I hope you feel better. Trust me. I know the feeling, but I hope you do feel better, Queen. Please take care and get some rest. If you are going to cosmetology school, then you would need to double check with your state so that you can find out. Hi, Betsy. Thank you. Let me just answer this last question because I know I will jump off subject. If you're already in cosmetology school, what you will want to do is just ask them with your license. Once you're finished your course and you get your license, you will need to ask them whether or not your state qualifies you to be able to do nails. Personally, I would say even though you have a cosmetology license, if you are serious about doing like physically doing someone's nails or physically doing someone's makeup, I highly recommend that you do take those courses and get certified in them, because cosmetology focus mainly on hair. And they brush over nails. You might do nails for about a week, you might do makeup for about a week, but I would say 90% of the course is going to be focused on hair. And if you want to do nails, you do still need to know, if you take a nail course, they're going to teach you the anatomy of the nail, sanitation, and diseases. They are like the three most important things. When you take a nail technology course, it's not going to be focused on the designs and all that other stuff. It's focused on what you need to know to properly maintain your clients and sanitation and all of that. So I would say, yay! Congrats, Colleen. I would say, though you are getting a license, I don't think you need to have that license, but I would recommend that you still take those courses, so that you can figure out what avenue you want to do. Cosmetology license, for the most part, is like a one-stop shop. But what you do want to do is be able to know what it is that you're doing. So I would say continuing your education is really important. If you're taking on nail clients and you're doing hair and you're doing makeup, you might end up finding out that you're not going to be able to do all three. And that's not to say that you can't do it, but just realistically, would you recommend doing a nail tech? But okay, so if you want to sell products, um I personally think that you still need to take any course in whatever it is that you're selling. Um but that's my recommendation. That's not to say you have to. In order to sell something, you still need to know how to use a license for 30 years ago. Yes, that's true. So let me just jump on this real quick, because that goes into beauty paint boxes question and the other one. So like I said, if you want to do cosmetology, you want to do makeup, nails, hair, you are probably going to find very quickly that you're going to end up choosing one or two to just do solely. It's really hard to provide clients that can get their nails and makeup done and their nails, all three, all at the same time. The only reason I say that is because if you get a nail client coming in who doesn't want makeup done or who doesn't want their hair done, and they're solely that one person, if they were to get all three services done, that one person is going to take up hours within your day. Most nail clients are anywhere between an hour to 3 hours, depending on what it is that they're getting. Makeup is going to be anywhere between an hour to 2 hours, and then hair, well, we all know hair can just lead to that. So personally, I would say for now, keep yourself open with your options, but I think you will find that you are going to end up choosing which part of the field that you're going to do in, and then maybe offer those additional services to other people. You still, I think, should be trained in it, so that you can maybe train people who, if you decide to have your own place, you can train them and teach them how to do things the way you want your space to be ran. But I feel like whatever avenue you decide to go in, cosmetology focuses a lot on hair. So I think you'll be equipped to know most things that you need to start out, but you're still going to have to continue your education in hair. But if you decide to add makeup on that and nails on that, you need to be actively doing those things so that you can perfect what it is that you're going to do. So don't think that I'm knocking you and saying, oh, you can't do it. What I'm saying is, from experience, you will find that in order to be the best at what you can do, you're either going to choose two to one of those. I don't know if you'll be able to do all three, but definitely continue your education in all of them until you decide which one or two or three that you want to focus on the most, because those services, quality services, take a lot. So you do need to decide what you want to do. But if you do nails, I highly recommend that you still, even though you have a cosmetology license, take a nail technician's course, because cosmetology focuses only on hair. I'm gonna tell y'all, they when I was in cosmetology school, they did makeup for like a week, and it was an old kit, and it was just like, That's it. So a lot of these schools now, they do offer makeup certifications, they offer nail technology courses, and they do offer cosmetology. Cosmetology is really, really long. That's just like if you have a cosmetology license and you decide that you want to be an esthetician, you're going to have to further your education into that so that you can be qualified and know what it is that you're doing. So cosmetology is kind of like the starting point, and then that's like the head, and then you have all these other little branches. Now let me see what other comments I missed. So Betsy was saying if you're trying to do all three, you might want to set it up as a different day of the week for each one because they will get burnt out quickly. I had a license 30 years ago. I 100% agree with that. And let me see. Miriam said, yes, I agree with you. My school mainly focuses on hair. We did acrylics for like a couple of days and that was it. I just want to be able to provide as many services as I can. I want to be a versatile stylist. I'm a mommy and planning to have a beauty studio that one day. That is such a great advice. You're welcome, hon. Let me tell you, it's one of those things you want to so no problem. You would need to get in contact with the companies to find out what their requirements are for you to become a distributor. You are going to need a business license. Most of them require that. Hi, Lady and Mauve. You do need to have a business license and registration. And to find out all of that, the quickest way to do that is to Google what requirements for whatever business it is that you're trying to run in your state so that you can find that out. Brick and mortar stores are going to be a lot harder to do because they have more fines and requirements than maybe a e-commerce. Now let me jump back to Beauty Paint Box because she had a question about whether or not she should go to school. Remember when I told you guys that I was starting school, and though I technically didn't need a license for what I was planning to do, I had already started planning this. I had already started doing everything that I needed to get everything going. I would say that I have shopped at plenty of nail supply stores and they have no clue what it is that they're selling. Literally, you ever stop in Sally's and people, you're asking them, hey, I need this 30 volume developer and this, and that. And you're like, well, what do you normally do? And they have no clue. You don't want to be that type of person because you are going to deter your customers if they are asking you, how do I do this? And then on top of that, if you're trying to be an e-commerce, I would recommend you have some knowledge in what it is that you want to sell. It's always great. It's always fun to say, I love doing this. Until it becomes a business, is one of those things you need to be passionate about and knowledgeable about because you will get burnt out very fast. Just in the beginning phases of planning everything, something needs to be there where you know what you're talking about and you enjoy it and you're passionate about it, because everything can't always be based off of a profit. When I started doing makeup, it was one of those things that I yes, because it's a job for one of them. The Sally's workers near me knows all about hair but not nails, exactly. And they're selling nail products, and I've walked into plenty stores where I've known way more about a product than I've sold I've sold employees on products that they were selling. I was the customer and I was purchasing things and telling them how to use it, and they were stating that they were going to go back and buy it. So I highly recommend, if you are going to do it e-commerce, whatever it is that you want to sell, please, for your customer's sake, at least be knowledgeable in it and be willing to go to trade shows or anything. Just be willing to always further educate yourself in it and not just sell it just to say that you have it, because it's one of those things that I find that if you don't have that background, if you don't have the knowledge for it, you're really not even going to know what to have in your store outside of just trying to keep up with the trends, because the cosmetology field is full of trends. You have to be up on what's coming out, what's new, what's going on, what's for the fall, what's for the summer, was this, was that, dual forms. Now everyone's using dual forms again, and dual forms is not new. To be perfectly honest, dip the dip method is not new. These are things that have been out for years. Thank you, Lady M off. No, the builder polish should not be sold out. The base gel is sold out, but not the builder polishes. I'm gonna have to check. Unless they sold out since I've been on here. The builder polishes, but the base gel is sold out, not the builder polish. Thank you so much. Y'all be on it. You almost gave me a heart attack. But yes, so I hope that answers your question, Beauty Paint Box too. I think you can definitely do it, but just make sure whatever you do, whether it's makeup or nails or whatever it is, that you still have some knowledge on what it is that you're selling, because I think that will make the difference between you and another company, if that makes sense. I have a lot coming up for me this year, and I'm blessed enough that when I start things or I have a lot going on, something recently major just popped up that I have to focus on. At least I have my husband to kind of back me with that. But when you're doing this by yourself, I mean, there's a lot of things that my husband run with that barbershop I have no clue about. I just kind of like follow his lead, and he's technically on his own with it. But you know, you still want to have the support of someone else. So okay. Beauty Paint Box. She has a YouTube channel, you guys. You should check it out. And she had an awesome Christmas tree this year. We kind of sort of had the same theme, except I went with traditional red and green, but I did a lot of plaid with my decorating this year. Did you take your tree down? We had a real Christmas tree, and you know we just took it down this week. I probably should not be proud of that, but yes, Evelyn, support is major key in our household. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope that I'm being as plain as possible, because I feel like a lot of people, when you ask them questions, they can come off cross as a naysayer. Would you recommend partner up with someone to start a business? Any business, actually. You're welcome, Beauty Paint Box. Lady and Mauve, I would say if you're going to partner up with someone, you didn't take your tree down. I had to take mine down. My husband was not having it. I came home and it was gone, and my mouth was like. So I tell you what, I can't wait for next year so that we can go pick out another tree and I can put all of that. Beauty Paint Box, I think, is in Central Florida. She just told me to pencil that in for my trips. So Lady I'm off, partner. If you're going to partner with someone, I say you need to have someone who is as like-minded as you as possible when it comes to business is the fastest way to make anything go sour. I personally don't do business with family. Well, I do business with my husband, but that's different. That's by law. But I feel like partnerships are really tricky, and you have to be mindful of the person you're dealing with. I think it should be completely thought out, well thought out, and definitely for the future. And I do think that you should focus on a lot of worst case scenario. If this were to happen, how would we be able to do that? Because let's be real, getting into a partnership does not always mean that things are going to be the best way that you want them to be. So I think you should be very mindful about who you go into business with in any business. And I'm sure my husband will probably give you that advice as well. A lot of people go into business because maybe they feel like someone can be the financial end of it, but also just be mindful that though they may be the financial end of it and you're putting in all the work, you don't really want to you just want to be careful. That's the best thing that I can do. And I hate to feel like I'm coming across as being a naysayer on things, but I feel like a lot of times when you ask business advice from people, they're quick to tell you, oh yeah, you should do this, or I did this and I do that, and they don't always tell you how quickly things can turn bad. Yes, definitely have a full detailed contract. You need to know who owns what, what are y'all roles in this. Um, you need to also look up different business corporations, limited liability, all of that. Time for T, she said, cross your T's and your I's. Dot your I's and cross your T's. She is so correct. She had a business. She could definitely tell you as well. Um, please, please, just really think about what you're going to do. Um, Thank you. You really just want to always think about the future. Don't always look at it like, "Oh, I'm getting ready to have me a business." That's not the way you want to look at things. I am the type of person, and it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but I always look like, okay, so if we do this together, worst case scenario, where am I going to end up at? Where are you going to end up at? And I think I've learned that from my husband. Um, a lot of people before we had even a shop, it was a lot of, oh, we should all do the business together, y'all two can work and we'll help on the financial side. And it's just like, whoa. I am not getting into a business where I'm doing all the work and you're fronting the money, because now you're going to want, what profit are you making on this? Because I have to be there every day. I have to do this. If something happens, who does it fall on? So just be mindful of that. Think about everything. Do as much research um, as you can. Yes, I would love to see you do more videos, Beauty Paint Box. And Queen Jim, she does nails, you guys, and I have not been seeing any press on videos from her. So please go to her channel and request them. Let me see what else I am missing. Hi, Diva. I love your videos. Thank you. I recently began doing my nails at home. Can you please recommend a good chip-resistant top coat for regular nail polish? I appreciate your reply. Okay, so for regular nail polish, I don't use nail polish. The reason why I don't use regular nail polish is because I find no matter how expensive the nail polish is, it chips. I have indie brand companies. I have high-end Sephora, Ulta. I have had them all, but one thing that I would recommend that you do is one of two things. Sesh V, I think personally works really good for a couple days. I just kind of gave up on. Sorry, Jim. I kind of just gave up on nail polish, but a couple tips that I would say would be to make sure that you just seal it. But I do like Sesh V. Some people don't like it, but there's also Out the Door, and both of them are sold at Sally's. I do like them, but it could just be how I am with my nails with regular nail polish. No matter how much I've tried dehydrating my nails, I've tried so much, and nail polish always chips on me. So, but I would definitely recommend either Sesh V or Out the Door. Both of those top coats you can find at Sally's. Then there's also, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot. It's this indie brand that I purchased from. What is the name of their nail polishes? They're like a black and white. It's a clear bottle, and their label is black, white, and pink. Oh my goodness, I cannot remember the name of this brand. Hi Shanad. But another tip that I can give you is, I don't know if you're into gel polishes, but sometimes if you just paint your regular nails, see, May said, yes, any brand chips. I find that having a thin layer of acrylic or gel, hold on, is disappearing? Having a thin layer of acrylic or gel helps regular polish not chip a lot to me. And that's what I was getting ready to say. Though you might not be looking for a gel polish, if you let your nail polish dry completely and then do a gel top coat, then that is what I would recommend. But personally, May, do you know what that indie brand is? I don't know if you've ever purchased from them. It's there. I have a bunch of it, but it's like around here somewhere. Paint my nails with my nine dominant hand. Plus, my cuticles are very hard to push back. I've also find that putting gel over the top coat of polish help hold it on better. And I'm just doing this at home for me and my daughter. I'm disabled. Yep. So that's what I would recommend is the gel top coat. I know a lot. HK Girl. That's the name of it. Thank you, Tamara. Okay, so HK Girl is another brand that I have purchased from. I do love them. I use those nail polishes, the base and the two top coats. Um, I use them on my daughters. So that's the only time I really use regular nail polish, but my daughters have a lot of their own nail polishes, so I don't even paint their nail polishes. HK Girl, yes, HK Girl is the name of it. Thank you so much, Tamara. That would have drove me nuts not being able to remember that. And I have a bunch of their nail polishes somewhere in here. But the base coats, the top coats, I really do like. They have like it's called stick on like blue or sticky blue, something like that is their base coat. But yeah, unfortunately with regular nail polish, I find no matter what you do, it's always going to chip. I have had plenty of salon manicures that have chipped the same day. I have had my own personal manicures last longer than going to the nail salon. But gel, that's why I'm such a gel fanatic because it simply lasts. So long as I get my prep work right, it lasts for me. So a thin layer of acrylic like May did, and I concur with the gel because that's what I use. You're welcome. I'm glad to help. And whatever, like I said, if I don't know it or if someone else sees your comment, they'll gladly jump in and let you know. That's why we have these little chit chats. Let me see. I feel like I was missing another one. So I answered Betsy's. Yeah, she was saying with the gel. Okay, Colleen, I'm having problems paint my nails with my non-dominant hand. Plus, my cuticles are very hard to push back. Okay, if your cuticles are hard to push back, one of two things I would recommend: soaking them and or using a cuticle remover. Um, my sister is one of those where it's really hard to push her cuticles back, and then some people just have really hard cuticles or eponychium basically. Their eponychium, because that's what you're pushing back. The cuticles are is what is on the nail plate. So I would say maybe try all right now. I Queen Jim said that she has a she just bought a lamp. So what I would say is one, when I apply my nails to my non-dominant hand, the first thing I do is take the brush and I gotta put my phone down so I can try to show you how I do this. Let's see how I can do this. All right, so basically if we're going to act like the tip of my nose is the nail, my nail, and this is the nail brush. So I take the brush and sometimes I actually hold my breath and I push the brush towards the cuticle and then I pull the brush back, or sometimes I'll pull my nail away from the brush. The reason why I say doing that is like if your brush is in one spot and you move your hand away from it, then sometimes that can help control it. I find that every time I have to do my non-dominant hand, I hold my breath and don't drink coffee like I do because it'll give you the jitters, and that is the worst time. And I do it every single time I drink coffee, get jittery, and I'm trying to like control my hand. And I've done it plenty of times while I was filming. But my coffee is necessary. So if you can, try to hurry up and do your nails before that coffee kicks in. But as far as your cuticles go, your eponychium and the cuticle area, I would try using a cuticle remover, like a softener that you can put on your nails. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I don't try to, when I do nip, I'm a nipper. I do use cuticle nippers, but if it's not something that you're comfortable with or you don't know what you're doing, please do not use them. Um, yep. push upwards and then pull down. Thank you, May. So I also feel like, to be perfectly honest, painting your nails is an art. It's one of those things that you do have to practice. A lot of people don't think that it is, but it is. When you have to do it, you realize it's one of those things you just have to practice with. And a cleanup brush and acetone is always your best friend. But just don't try to get the brush at the cuticle. You kind of put the brush before the cuticle, push up, and then pull down, and make sure that you are mindful of how much product is on your brush. You know what? Maybe I should just do a video on this, because these are the simple basic things that I always feel like people already know it, so why would I take the time to film it? But yes, cuticles, if you're like me, they yes, they will grow back. Probably as soon as you start. But yeah, so I will go ahead and probably just go do a video on that, just on how I paint. I do the same thing whether it's gel polish or nail polish. That's another reason why um with gel, I do feel like not all gel is the same. So I feel like you need to find a gel polish that works for you. Because gel for the most part self levels, but you don't want something that is very, 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 very thin and watery and is going to run into the cuticles. I feel like with gel, you kind of just glide it into place and then you flash cure if need be, and that's it. But don't be scared to practice. I feel like get you some press on nails, put them on like a little one of these little things, and practice painting. But with the cuticle area, if they're really hard, I would say definitely use like a cuticle softener first instead of trying to just go in and push them back. You always want to, anytime I work with my hands or cuticles, is always after like a hot shower, because yes, the gel ingredients are a key to a seamless application. I completely agree with that, Colleen. Your gel polish should feel like butter. And I'm gonna go ahead and plug myself and say mine feel like that. This, I use so many different gel polishes. And another thing, if you are using gel polish, you should be using a base gel. I know a lot of people skip that, but base gel is essential because one, it's that double-sided sticky tape, but you also need to be mindful that the base gel, that applying that, you want to take your time. um One, you want to take your time when you apply your base gel, because the base gel is also going to help keep a smooth layer for your gel polish. So base gel is important. Make sure you buff the nail. No shine or anything should be on there. Make sure that you also get the oils off your nail bed as well with gel polish. But I do feel like gel polish is a little easier to figure out with getting an application once you get it down. But as far as messing around with my cuticles, I personally don't mess with mine unless I've like taken a I have used gel resin, but I don't like it. The only thing I use resin for is to apply rhinestones or crystals to the nails. I don't like the dip powder systems that in thank you, Shay. I don't like the dip powder systems that use that much glue, I guess you could say, because essentially that's what it is. Use the glue and a resin on the nail. I don't like the smell of it. It is very strong. So I am always all about gel-based products or press-on nails. Y'all know me. So I feel like I keep talking about these cuticles and never finish my point. I always mess around with my cuticle area after a shower. The reason why is because that skin is really soft. It makes it more pliable, and I find that it's easier to push it back. If you're doing a manicure, then sometimes you want to take your hands and soak them in water for that. What was the resin for, Queen Gem? Because with my nails, when I apply my full cover nails, I use this, the Wonder Bond, if you can see it. I always use Wonder Bond, but I use gel resin, the IBD brush on resin. I use that one for applying my crystals, and that's only because I find that it does hold it, and then I seal around them with gel, because you know sometimes the resin can crack, especially when your hands are in and out of the water. So I apply my stones with resin. You guys have seen this in videos before. And then I'll use like one of these nail glues from nail glue dryers from Sally's to set the stones. And then after I set the stones, I go in with a no wipe top coat to seal it. So that way you're doing that. How are you able to push your cuticles without messing up your set? I'm afraid of lifting. If I do that, I do it when I'm ready for the only time I mess with my cuticles is when I'm either doing a refill or a full set, or if I'm actually getting ready to do something with my nails. Okay, I was going to say I use the resin, but they still fall off. Yeah, try sealing your nails, May, with either builder gel or I just use a no wipe top coat. I wanted to put the resin on a stress area for a press on nails. This uh I am stuttering. I need my coffee. For girl, I've been using license. Oh my god, yes, I did that video. That was with a Sheba Nails Christmas design, wasn't it? Yes, I used it. I do use the Loctite for those like the bigger stones and stuff, but I lady I'm off. I don't mess with my cuticles unless I'm getting ready to do a refill or I'm actually physically getting ready to do my nails. And when I know I'm going to do my nails, I'll either do that after a shower. I'll start my prep work. Most of the time I do my manicure the day before or the night before, and then the next day is when I go in and I do my press-ons, gel manicure, gel polish, or what have you. But if not, then what I tend to do is I get a little glass bowl with some warm water in it and I soak my hands in it, and then I do my manicure. A lot of people, it's one of those things you kind of have to figure out what works for you and what works best. I know when I was going to the salon and getting acrylics, never did they push my cuticles back. They literally like used the file, cleaned off the nail bit, but I can honestly say never did I get my cuticles pushed back. I always used to do my cuticle work before I even went to the salon and get a refill, to be perfectly honest, because I feel like they're either always too rough or they don't get around my nail bed the way that I want to. But it's one of those things. Grapeseed oil, Shay recommend for her cuticles warmed up a little bit. She said that she uses that, so that's another thing you can try. Some people do warm lotion. I will say if you do a hot oil treatment on your nails, that should help. That actually helps with the growth of your nails as well. So like a couple times throughout the day, throughout the week, if you warm up some oil, let your nails just sit in that and then rub it in, particularly at night when you know that you're not going to be out in the cold or washing dishes or anything like that. That actually helps with nail growth. So there y'all go. Y'all got these suggestions coming in. Yeah, Katina, I can, but I actually already have a couple videos where I did a video on this. This is the gummy jelly from Nail Couture. I did a video using that, but basically just like any other one. But I do, you know what, I do need to do a video because I use the builder polish also for adhering stones to the nails. Now I wouldn't use it for anything really big, but I would still literally just, I do my nail design, I buff the nail wherever. You know what, yeah, I need to do, let me write this down real quick. That's 2 videos I need to do for sure. I'm writing this down, guys. Crystal application and gel / nail polish application. I need to get these videos done so that you guys can have them just for a reference, because they really are basic videos. Sorry, my tips and gels, they grow quick. Yeah, I find once you start messing with your cuticle area, it grows a lot. Do you have a problem with your stress area on your nails? That's what I was going to do. Tamara, yes, I would recommend the builder polish for any nails that have drill, e-file, ridges, anything like that, because what you can do is you put the base gel on, then you do the builder polish, and that's going to smooth out anything. Regular hard builder gel, same thing, because you can file and buff on top of that to smooth the nail out, and then go in with regular polish or nail polish. Now that's another tip. I know a lot of people who wear regular nail polish don't want to hear it, but acrylic or a gel base my husband has called twice within his time frame, so yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get ready to go. But I would definitely do the builder gel or something as a base, especially if you have a lot of ridges or those deep indentations from the e-file on your nail, just till that grows out. And it takes a couple months for you to grow out those boo-boos, let's so to speak. Now for gem, if you watch any of my press on nail videos, you'll notice that I always use builder gel, or I do a dip powder base. I always do that because with press on nails they tend to flex, and once I do that, like this right here, it literally looks like a regular acrylic nail or something like that. This bad boy is hard. This ain't going nowhere. This is not going to flex or bend. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but yeah, that is why I always use builder gel with my press on nails. A dip powder layer, thin layer of it, or now my builder polish is what I use. So any of those options that you have available to you, you need a harder base on the nails, because I look at it, it's no different than putting it as a tip application on your nail. um you need to have something there to support it. And though they're a full cover nail and they say, oh, the plastic is really hard, it won't bend or flex, yes it will, especially the longer ones. So I recommend a hard gel, of like a builder gel. IBD is what I really love. Or you can do a dip powder with the resin, if you want to use the resin with a thin layer of like clear acrylic, and then buff over that. Yeah, you can use the clear builder polish. All you need is like one or two thin layers, and you can use that in place of base gel. But just make sure with your press on nails, if you're using see, here we go with this gel, this lip gloss stuff again. We had this issue the last time. If you're using press on nails, make sure you follow the shine off of it, because gel adheres better when it's not on a shiny surface but on a matte surface. So buff the shine. All of my press on nail videos, if you watch any of them, that's why I know it's repetitive, but I do the same steps because I don't have issues of my press on nails flexing or bending or breaking on me. I know I went to go purchase a couple of pre-made sets, and it's the same thing. I still have to put some kind of builder gel or something over top of those, because the nail tip is like, it's too soft. It'll flex and it'll break, especially even if you're just using nail polish. I always do that. Yep, that's why I buff the shine off, because it will the gel polish lasts. When I do my press on nails, I do them as if I was going to do them on my natural nails, and they're made to like last and stay. So hopefully that helps. But I have a whole playlist of press on nails, and hopefully those tips will help you. And then the next video that I'm going to have up will also help you guys as well. Thank y'all for the video suggestions, because sometimes I am like at a loss as to what to show, and sometimes I debate back and forth because I'm like, well, there's other videos about this, so I don't want to put a video up and then it only gets like 10 views. And it took me like 24 to 48 hours to film and edit and do all of that. So I definitely need to do the crystal application and the how I paint my nails, just tips and tricks on how to paint your nails. Those are the two that you guys requested, and I did write them down, so I do need to go ahead and do them. And I think that's it. Nope, wait a minute. Let me check the comment section. My e-file has been in the box since I bought it, and the extra drill bits, oh well, I prefer the hand file personally. I do too. But then again, to be perfectly honest, you're welcome, May. Thanks for tuning in, my love. Oh, thank you, Shanad. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you, Nyla. Thank you guys for coming in. It's always fun because, like I said before, I never know how these videos are going to turn out. So, I do, and I'll show you a couple of the nail bits that I use. Thank you. I am an advocate on people's names not being messed up. It drives me nuts when I hear like my kids' names mispronounced or anything like that, which for the life of me I have no idea how their names can get messed up, but it happens. So I am going to get ready to go. I need to find out what it was that my husband wanted because he did call multiple times, and I need to make sure I'm not missing out on something. Yay! That is awesome. You have to make sure you keep me updated on that. Thank you, Katina. I appreciate that. It's not many. It's not many at all. See you, Queen. I am going to get ready to go, you guys. I love you all. Thank you so very much for all of the suggestions and for tuning in. And hey, Joey, and I will see you guys in the next one. I love you all. Smooches. Bye.